Ave, and I'm here to tell you about this week's Friday fabric feature. These are the fabrics that'll go live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time on our website at thriftynotion.com. We like to tell you about them on Thursdays so you have a chance to think about them, figure out what patterns you're trying to make next, and decide if these fabrics will work for those projects. Or maybe, if you sleep on it, you'll be inspired and you'll know just exactly what you want to make with what you see in today's video. So let's get started. First up is a garden floral crinkle rayon. Very 90s, very swishy because it's rayon, pretty sheer, excellent for dresses, blouses, skirts, all the summery things, but also you can layer this up pretty easily with some leggings and a sweater and you're good to go for fall. We have another crinkle fabric here. This is a silk charmeuse crinkle. So very light and fluid. This is what the rayon was trying to be. This is the real deal. This is silk. Again, all the flowy things. Great for layering. Also, this one you can dress it up pretty easily because she looks fancy. We have a little piece of Burgundy Burnout velvet. This is a silk rayon blend, very sheer, and you can combine it with the cerise silk if you wanted to do an overlay. It's really not a very big piece, so probably just a blouse or maybe a detail on a skirt. Just gonna show you these two together. They play well together. You would just feel very fancy in that. I feel very fancy just holding them. This is just a scrap, a large scrap, but just a scrap left over from another project. A little rough around the edges, but we left those on there in case they can be useful. All right, we have a coordinating combo here. We have a little piece of a jam dot silk. This is just, again, floaty, fluid, beautiful silk. It's a little bit sheer, quite fluid. And then it has a friend. We have two panels that coordinate with that fabric. They are printed panels and we are selling them by the panel. Essentially, it's a silk shawl or wrap. Could be called a scarf, I suppose, but it's a very large scarf. So you can cleverly wrap this around yourself and make a beautiful top. You could also just wear it as a shawl. You could also tie it around your waist and make a beautiful skirt. It's a really versatile piece of fabric. Rectangles of fabric are all you need to clothe your body. Cleverly tie them or pin them or what have you, and you're good to go. So we have two of these very large silk panels. Get creative. Now we have some yardage. This is Boysenberry Silk. It's pretty luxe this week. Lots of fancy things. Just gonna wave it at you so you can appreciate that amazing fluid drape. All the fancy things from this, really just a blouse would be fantastic. It would feel amazing. You could also do scarves or head wraps. Those sort of things would be gorgeous and feel amazing and just be lovely to wear. We have a big bolt of this rayon jacquard. It's called Rose Parade. Quite bright, quite happy, also quite fluid. Just more bright, happy things out of this. Again, all of the swishy stuff. If you make pants from it, you'll want to make the floaty, swishy secret pajamas kind. Now I want secret pajamas out of this rayon. Next up is a taffeta, and it sounds like a taffeta. She's kind of loud. This is her poofy things. You make poofy skirts, floaty, poofy dresses, poofy, puffy sleeves. It's a little bit costumey, but also it's just for being fluffy and floaty and poofy, which sometimes you need that in your life. It's polyester, but she's pretty. And she matches the kind of berry cobbler thing we've got going on this week. Guess what? More silk. We're calling this one Cotton Candy because it's a silk dupioni, which is that color shifting silk. It has blue in one direction and pink in the other direction, and I just thought blue and pink is cotton candy. But this is way brighter than cotton candy. It is kind of electric. Super pretty. Definitely, I don't know if it'll work on camera, but it definitely changes color pretty drastically depending on the angle you have. So this is a fun one. It's pretty lightweight and pretty sheer. This big old bolt is bright plum crepe wool suiting. So this is a lighter wool suiting. This is more for what would be considered like a women's suit, I suppose. It's not that thick men's suit material. It's more for slacks and lighter jackets. Really pretty plummy color here, and it's not terribly itchy. It's pretty nice, pretty smooth. This one's called Fly By Night. It's a plaid. It is polyester, so it's more for probably slacks or costuming or things where you're not too worried about the breathability. It is super sturdy, and it's more of like a suiting weight as well, similar to the wool crepe we just had, but this is just a different texture. Definitely feels like polyester, but it's awfully cute. And I think you could do some really fun stuff with this, especially in the costuming realm. It would also work for home dec if you needed something like a tablecloth that's pretty much stain proof. This would work for that. Our last fabric is pretty special. It's on a roll because generally you try not to fold or crush velvet and velveteen. This is a velveteen. This is an Italian velveteen, so it's extra fancy and special. It is printed right here, Ma Ponte Fine Italian velveteen. It's cotton and feels amazing. Super soft, a little bit linty. We'll try and lint roll this before we send it to you, but it has pretty nice drape. It's sort of a light velveteen, with just a shorter nap to it. It's just so soft. It feels absolutely dreamy. This would make a lovely jacket, or a vest would be just sharp out of this. You can also use it for home dec. It's 100% cotton, just a really nice, beautiful fabric. That's it for this week. Happy sewing!